You were designed for greatness. You were designed for greatness. Do you believe this? Yes or no? Don't think about it. Just say the first thing that comes off your mind. Yes or no? Do you believe that you, specifically you right now, right there, were designed from head to toe for greatness? If the answer to your question, if you answered no to that question rather, then I want you to click off this video now. Click off, because I'm going to tell you, if you answered no, then you're not ready to hear what I'm about to say. Now, if you keep asking yourself that question over the next few days and you come to a point where you can say maybe, at least maybe I could possibly have been designed for greatness, then come back and watch. But if you said no, click off now, and I'll give you a second to go ahead and step out. Okay, great. So that means that all I should have left right now in this video, watching it in the audience from the comfort of their homes or wherever you are my maybes and my yeses. So first of all, give yourself a pat on the back. If you said maybe or yes that you are designed for greatness, good. I have great news for you. Whatever problem you're having in your life, whatever thing you are unhappy about, whatever you wish to change, whatever dreams you have for your life, you have the ability to create that life, to change that thing, to make a better way for you, for your family, for whoever. And you are the minority. So today's video is going to be about how I got on the road, or how you can get on the road rather, to being a better person, building a better life, seeing your dreams come true. It all starts with realizing that our life, from the moment we're born to the time that we die, and whatever you believe is before and after that, is like a roadmap. And some people drive through their entire life with a blindfold on, listening to their passenger or the people in their back seat. Some people drive with maybe just one eye covered from their blindfold, but they're still listening to the people around them and driving according to the way other people are driving. Some people get to a point in their life where they are living blindfold free. They can see where they're going. They have their own directions. They have passengers in the car with them, but they're focused on where they're going. They know where they're going. They know how to get there. Then you have people who have seemed to become the entire road themselves. These are people that stop. These are people that seem to always get what they want in life. They are the rich, the famous, the happy, the successful, your friends that you look at that just seem to have everything they want. They have good luck. They go to the casino for the first time and they hit, or they gamble and they win, or they they just seem lucky. They just seem to know where to be, and they just always seem to be in the right place at the right time. There are those type of people. So somewhere on that road, you have all of these people driving. And the first thing you have to do to take your feeling of knowing or thinking maybe that you were created for greatness to the next level is to know where you currently are in life. Where are you currently in life? Or another way to put this is, what is your current level of awareness? Or what is your current level of consciousness? Do you actually know where you are in the world? Do you know where you are in your life? Do you control your thoughts, or do your thoughts control you? Does your external world determine your internal environment, or does your internal environment create or impact your external world? So the first thing I encourage you to do is figure out where you are on that level of consciousness, okay? Now, I'm going to be using a lot of, I might be using words that you are not used to hearing, or that might make you feel a little uncomfortable, like consciousness, or you might hear me say manifestation on my channel. Before you shut your mind down and say, oh, no, I don't want to hear that, let me click off. Before you do that, I encourage you to remember that you know, or have a feeling that you are created for greatness. If you are created for greatness, or you could have possibly been created for greatness, then a word should not stop you from becoming your greatest self. Okay? Words are literally just words, and we assign good and bad to words based on what we've been taught. So don't assign a bad connotation to anything that I'm telling you, because it's all coming from a place of love. I have devoted my life to helping people realize their fullest potential. And it all starts with realizing where you are currently. This is a step I like to call acknowledge and accept. Okay, so you acknowledge where you are. Get to be familiar with where you are. Now, if you already know where you are in life, you clearly know what you're doing wrong, and you're just ready to make the next step, great. But if you don't know what you're doing wrong, if you know that you pray fervently, or you know that you're a good person and you do good things, and you want the best for yourself, and you work hard, but you just don't know what's going wrong in your life, what you're doing that's wrong in your life, start with assessing where you are currently. And a way to do this, there are a lot of ways to do this. And a lot of the things that I'm going to be sharing on my channel will encourage you to go and do homework on your own, because again, this is your life. You're driving behind the wheel of your car on the road of life. Like, try to keep that vision in your mind so you can learn how to drive from someone. They can teach you and show you. But as far as how you maneuver that course and how you get to where you're going and how quickly and how efficiently, these are things that no matter how many tools I give you or you get from the internet or books or whatever, you still have to do the work yourself. Okay? So take something away, 1 or 2 or 3 pieces of information, and give yourself some homework. So the first thing you want to do is find out where you are currently. What is my current level of consciousness? What is my current level of awareness? Or you can ask yourself, what do I know to be true about myself? You don't have to start, with the whole world. Like, we pretty much know what we know to be true about the world, but what do I know to be true about myself? How do other people see me? How do I see myself? And then when you get those answers, start asking more questions. The key to knowledge, and we all know that knowledge is power, the key to knowledge is asking questions. So figure out where you are now, and then ask yourself, okay, this is how people see me and this is how I see myself. Is that 100% true? If it is, or if it isn't 100% true, then where did that information come from? Where did I get the idea that I was this way? And then once you realize where the idea came from, you can start digging deeper. Well, if that's not true, then what? If I don't feel like this is true, like, if as you're uncovering these layers to yourself, like, let's say you feel like you are an angry person, like, I'm always just so angry, or I'm controlling, or I'm a neat freak, or I have OCD, or I'm too sensitive, like, whatever you use, when you start describing yourself. Okay, so that's a good way to do it. When you start describing yourself, like when you're trying to think about where you are currently, your current level of awareness and consciousness about who you are, you're just doing internal work now. So forget what I said about how other people see you. How do you view yourself? If you had to describe yourself to someone, like flaws and good things, how would you describe yourself? And then ask yourself, okay, where do these descriptions come from? Do I really feel like I am this list of things? Write it down if you have to. I'm a very visual person, so write it down if you have to. Okay, I'm this, I'm that, and you know what you call yourself every day. Am I really these things? If I'm not, why do I think this? Where did this thought come from? And you don't have to spend a whole lot of time there, like, depending on how well you already know yourself. If you're one of those type of people that is constantly checking in with yourself, constantly checking yourself, like, okay, you just did too much, or okay, I don't like the way I just did that. You might already know yourself well. So if you already know yourself, you can skip that part and move to the next step. But first, you have to get to know yourself, who you are. Things that you can do to help you get to know yourself: meditate. Meditate is literally just sitting and focusing on nothing but your internal thoughts and feelings. And that's kind of the simplest way to think about it. Like, you'll hear people say meditating is about focusing on nothing, or emptying your mind. It's impossible to empty your mind. So don't let anyone tell you that that's what meditation is. You are not emptying your mind. The ultimate goal of meditation is to be able to separate your conscious thought from the rest of yourself, like to where you're apart, where you're at a point where you can just observe the thoughts that are coming across your mind without adding any conversation to it. Just observe and maintain an inner state of being, whether that being is happiness or contentment or peace or abundance, whatever you're working on. You can focus on that internally and still allow thoughts to run across your mind without feeling like you are those thoughts. Okay, so learn how to meditate, or write in a journal. Start writing in a journal. A lot of times you can get a lot of thoughts out if you just sit down and literally write them out. Words are very powerful, and seeing words and writing them out and thinking these things and putting them on paper can be very therapeutic. So write in a journal, or maybe even go see a therapist. But get to know yourself. And then once you get to know yourself, separate, when you have that list of who you are, separate on that list the things that you believe that you really are, and what you want on that list and what you don't want. Okay? Be honest with yourself. So on the list of how you describe yourself, which of those things do you like? Which of those things do you hate or not want to resonate with anymore? Because you can choose. The beauty of life and the beauty of waking up your consciousness and raising your level of awarenessness is realizing that you have the right to choose. We were created specifically with the ability to make choices. So if you have a right to choose the worst or the best, why not just choose the best? You would be amazed at how it affects your life, how it impacts your life and impacts the things that are drawn into your life. If you don't believe me, just try it. Okay? So get to know yourself, and then make a list of the qualities you want that you currently have, the qualities that you don't want that you want to get rid of. And then start creating a list of like your ideal self. This is like designing your roadmap. You are realizing where you are, and then you're setting a clear destination of where you want to get to. I want to be happier. I want to be nicer. I want to be more loving. I want to be more outgoing. I want to connect with people more, or I want to learn how to connect with myself more. Like whatever set your destination clear, your intent clear. And then once you've done that step, you have to have faith. You have to start believing in yourself, or building upon your belief in yourself. A lot of times, the reason why we don't get anywhere, why we maybe really, really know ourselves really well, and we really, really know where we want to get in life, but we don't get any farther than that, farther than that, is because our belief stops us. And anyone who's read the Bible, or anyone who's had any sort of, scriptural knowledge, knows that you have to have faith. And a lot of times we think, well, I do have faith in God, but you also have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in yourself to get anything done. So once you've determined who you are currently, who you want to be in the future, and you have faith that you can really be that person, you can have that life, you can have those things for your family, you can bring these type of friends into your life, whatever it is that you want, you have to believe that it is possible. You don't have to believe that you deserve it at the moment. Maybe you feel like you don't deserve it. You don't have to believe that you know how to do it. You don't have to believe that anything else, but that it's possible. Just focus on the simple things. Keep it simple. Do you believe it's possible? Once you believe it's possible, you have to put in work, because once you have faith, you have to also have works. So the work that you put in is trying to make your way to your destination of who you want to be. That list of who you want to be, or things that you want in life, you have to work and try to work your way through the steps of getting to be that person. Okay, so let's say you're just trying to better who you are in life. You have to do work. Okay, we're back. So we're talking about doing work. So what work would you do if you're trying to be a better person? Well, you want to start trying to think like a better person. Ask yourself when you're doing your journaling or you're meditating, if I were being a better person, how would I act? How would my language change? How would I feel inside when I become this better person that I dream of? And you start doing that work. So, you can look more into that for yourself, do your research, pray about it. But those are just some of the key components that it takes to start building your ideal roadmap for this life. And I mean, as far as I know, we only have the one life on this earth in the bodies that we're in currently. I'm still learning. Who knows? That could be, there could be some other truths there, but take advantage. What I'm encouraging you to do is take advantage of every second of every day that you have. Don't let another day slip by. You already made a great first decision to get yourself on a new path by looking at the title of this video, staying all the way to the end and absorbing these points. Now, don't let it stop there. Don't let your curiosity die there. Do the work. Keep working. Keep asking questions. Keep plugging away. And I promise you, it is well worth it. I am dedicated to spreading this knowledge and this love and this abundance of life and ability to create and to be empowered to as many people as I can. So these videos are going to keep coming. I'm going to keep breaking down the steps and keep breaking down the process that I took and that other great minds have taken to get them to their wildest fantasies, their wildest dreams, that perfect life that they just thought was out of their reach. So start with the small steps and keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. And always remember not to criticize your own construction. Now, if you stay to the end of this video, this is just going to be like a little key bonus thing for anyone who stayed to the end. So kudos to you for finishing what you started and staying to the end of the video. But here's something that I keep in my mind every single day that has been a very key factor to me turning around that internal voice that I hear that I used to hear all the time, that was just always negative and talking down and judging myself. And it's something that I heard from, let me think who the content creator was. I want to say it was Eric Ho. And God forgive me, Eric Ho forgive me, and whoever else forgive me if I'm getting that wrong. But he stated that no one ever walks into a building that is under construction and criticize the interior design of the building. Like, you walk in, there's obviously construction going on, scaffolding and men at work, and you go in and you say, these floors are horrible, or this chair should be over here, or why aren't those windows done? Like, you realize that the building is under construction, so it makes common sense not to go in there and criticize. Well, we are under construction. How many times have you said to someone, God's not done with me yet, or I'm a work in progress? We are literally like buildings under construction. So be kind to yourself before you start any of this process. Before you start with even the first step, be kind to yourself and be determined to go through this process with love and gentleness and patience with yourself. The same things that we ask God for, or the same things that we insist that we show other people, love and patience and kindness, be determined to show those things to yourself before you even start this process. Don't criticize what you find in there once you start digging through all the rubble. Don't criticize yourself. Just recognize it for what it is, and then start the process to move it out. Okay? And we're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. You're not alone. You're not the only one. There's a lot of support out there on YouTube. Even if you don't come back to this video, I encourage you to just back to this channel rather, keep pushing, keep exploring, keep asking questions. And before you know it, you'll turn around and the life that you used to think you couldn't have will be right there in front of you. Peace, blessings, love, and great abundance to you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.